money. Oh yeah, Dre, I feel you. Baby staring at the money like it's unfamiliar. Yo, what's up, guys? What's up? It's your boy, the one and only G. How's everyone doing today? Sorry I didn't stream yesterday. I had some things going on. Just had some church stuff, so I ended up doing that. But yeah, I'm excited to kind of go live stream. I know the morale's pretty low right now, but I got some pretty good things coming up ahead. I got some news. We'll look at the chart for sure. And what else do I? Oh, we have some options activity. What's up for Hiti? Hey man, welcome. How's everybody feeling though? The morale, how's everybody feeling? We'll take a look at the chart. I'm just gonna give it a few minutes to see if anybody shows up. That way I don't have to repeat myself on things. Not that I don't want to repeat myself. I'm here to help, and we're all on the same boat. Yeah, I'm frustrated too. My options are still about, actually, I think they lost value, to be honest. Let me check. Yeah, pretty frustrating, but we're gonna keep pushing. Yeah, they're at 28 cents now. My average, I actually added a few. I don't recommend you guys adding many more. Oh, they're down 64% now. So yeah, I bought at the wrong time. High IV. I'm definitely paying for it, but thanks, good man. I had 3 good day trades. Oh, nice. What did you made 25K? Damn, it's gonna pay for dinner for a while, huh? What did you trade? I had a pretty good day too. I day traded Nvidia, and I got some positions for Lucid going into tomorrow, so hopefully that goes well. I'm expecting some downside on Lucid, but we'll take a look at the charts in a bit. Actually, we'll take a look at a few of the EV charts just to kind of sync up. I think a lot of people are actually frustrated with Polestar not like following the market, not following the EV sector. So I actually want to get some help with that. I think people are just sleeping on it, but if you guys know better why that's happening, just put it in the comments below. But yeah, I think our time is coming. Is just gonna, and honestly, if you take a look at the chart, it's actually not doing terrible. Let's go ahead and start off with the just the price action, because I have a few pretty cool points in here. I have sold 40% Polestar, 990. I have Intel, Overstock, and GFI all went up. Okay. So you're trading shares, I guess, right? I like to day trade options, so I made like 30 or 40% on my Nvidia calls today. I just ended up taking profit on those. But yeah, when is CPI? Oh, CPI data I think is next week, right? I'm actually not too familiar with excuse me, the economy calendar. I'll have to do that later tonight. Sorry, I had some. Yeah, I think it's next Wednesday. Sorry, I had some stuff in my. I was choking up. Yeah, I'm gonna look at the investment calendar later tonight and see what's going to happen with all the events next week, so we can kind of position ourselves. But honestly, before I even start, I think Polestar is gonna actually stand out as far as like in the stock market, just because it's got that high borrow fee rate. So that's the only reason I'm not too worried in holding Polestar. I'm a little more concerned holding like other positions as if the market goes down. But for Polestar, I still think we have that short squeeze event. I don't know when it's going to happen or if it's going to happen, but me personally, I still believe in it. So I just want to, I'm not too afraid of holding my Polestar shares. Everything else I expect to come down, but we'll kind of go from there. So I sold some to buy later, and stocks will go red. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not trying to hold anything other than Polestar. The options. So my Polestar shares, I'm just gonna hold, just hoping for a squeeze, and then my options, I'm down like 60% already. So I'm just gonna let those burn, I guess, and we'll see how those go actually. But as far as like any other long positions, I still have some stuff like DraftKings and things, but I'm not adding to any of my positions because I do definitely think we're gonna have a pullback. But anything other than Polestar, I think is I'm not trying to add anything to that. Polestar is like the one exception because I think we still have that squeeze, like I said. And then everything else, I'm kind of just day trading options, just trying to make money, and then eventually have a big pile of cash so I can buy all these other stocks that I want. So Polestar will blow to the upside after next week, I think. Yeah, I definitely think it's coming soon. So let me go ahead and start. I don't think many people are going to join. If you guys just don't mind, just take a second, hit the like button for me. I would appreciate that. We're all in the same boat, trying to get Polestar out to other people. And yeah, volume was not great. Obviously, way below our average. Our average is actually coming down as well, but I still think we're doing good. And the reason is because our day range is actually getting much tighter. So I think yesterday, or what was the day before, we only went up like about 1% or so. Today we're almost up 2%. I know it's not big in numbers. And again, the options are getting killed with the IV pump, like just everything, the whole IV chain is a mess. So, but as far as the price action on the stock, I think we're doing good. I mean, it's closing green the last couple of days, and we'll definitely go more in depth with the chart. But what I want to say is like the day range is actually getting tighter. Like I just remember like a few days ago, our range was like from 8 all the way down up to 9, almost $10. And you can see our range is like starting to get closer. And actually, I'm just going to go to historical data, and I think you guys can basically see this better. So like, what was it, like a few days ago? Yeah, we had a low of 891, and if this is not, let me zoom in for you guys so I can make sure you guys can see this. Yeah, so 891, like a few days ago, all the way up to the highs, which is 974. You know, and slowly our range is getting tighter, right? But the volume for the most part is staying pretty consistent. So we really just need like a big burst of volume, like something to, like, it's been declining, now we need it to incline. And with the, you know, kind of like a coil, you know, like consolidation and stuff, like our range is getting a lot tighter. So it does feel like a lot of the short sellers or whoever's selling these shares are like, it's near the end. You notice like when you close a faucet, it's still kind of dripping a little bit. I feel like we're somewhere around that. That's what I'm thinking, but yeah, so that's just something to note. Our range is getting much tighter. Eventually that's gonna, you know, hopefully we get some good volume and that'll break out. Just to kind of back up on that, the short interest is obviously staying like in the 200s, and I'll share with you guys that in just a second. I guess the first thing I just want to cover some news and stuff just overall, and I have a few videos to cover. And it's actually related to the EVs or the semiconductors, but it's kind of including the EVs. So this is what I got. Oh, actually, before we go there, I did a post. I did show, should I do a collab with other YouTubers? If you guys want to go vote in here, definitely go vote. But a lot of people want me to do a collaboration with somebody. I don't know, whatever it is. It can be somebody related to Polestar. It can just be some other famous YouTuber. These are some of the people I follow. But if you guys are interested, go vote here. And if you guys have any names, I would love for you guys, because some people voted, but nobody gave me any names, so I don't know who to reach out to and stuff. So if you guys can do that for me, or you can just put it in the chat here if you a couple names you guys want me to reach out to or possibly doing a collab with. So I just thought I would share that if you guys are interested in me doing collabs. We got like what, just a few votes, 11 votes, but I just don't have any names. So if you guys go there, you guys can even put it in here in the chat, and that'll be awesome. If you guys want that, it's up to you guys. We're chilling. I like riding solo, but we can definitely branch out and reach out to some people. Just as long as they're not assholes, because sometimes I feel like I'm an asshole, and two assholes don't get along. So we only need good news or a stock price analysis. Yeah, that's true. And stock market, we will have around 5% to 8% pullback first. Yeah, we'll take a look at the chart in a little bit. Polestar will blow to the upside after next week, right? And what's up, Eddie? Hey, man, I remember you, man. What's going on? Smart Bahiti, I've been selling on every pop. I want to focus on Polestar and Neo. I sold too much of these. Go with the trend, baby. Yes, sir. Yeah, and if you guys have, like I said, if you guys any YouTubers you guys need me to or want to see a collab with, please let me know, or you can put it in the chat here in the comments of this video, whatever it is. Just, it's up to you guys. And just hit the like button for me. That's all I ask. I appreciate you guys. But this is what I want to show you guys. This is actually related to Samsung's earnings, and it's the reason I'm going to share with this is because the semiconductors, and that's kind of basically just
also
focused.
Here, let's talk about Samsung shares.
Let me I was just gonna say it's focused around EVs, right? It's basically gonna give us a better sentiment of what's going on with the semiconductor shortage. So let me share this with you guys, and I'm gonna shut up.
Giving a boost after reporting preliminary results for the quarter ending in June. The earnings guidance also spurring momentum to the upside for other chip makers here. And it was interesting what they pointed out here, because it's at a time where LG had actually come out and said the exact opposite thing. And so their consolidated sales, they're looking for approximately 77 trillion Korean won, an operating profit of 14 trillion Korean won. LG, on the other side, they're looking for a 12% earnings fall based on weaker demand here. And both of those guidances coming out on the same day here, Saz.
Yeah, and also you're seeing some really strong gains by some of the competitors or some of the companies that play in that Samsung space. SK Hynix shares up, Taiwan Semiconductor, hot ticker on the platform right now. United Microelectronics catching a bit here off of this. It looks like the street is just really locking in on that 21% sales increase for the company. But, Brad, I do think this is very company specific, or expectations. It may have gotten too low for Samsung. I still think that Micron report in that earnings last week is a better tell on what we might hear from an Intel, an NVIDIA, and an AMD when they report earnings in a couple weeks.
Yeah, spot on. Keeping a close eye on the chip space and semis, particularly here.
Yeah, so whatever he said, whatever Brian said, basically this is just going to give us a good idea of what's going on with the semiconductors. But like he said, that Micron, I think they report next week. I'm not sure that earnings last week is better to tell. Oh, did they report last week? Yeah, they did report last week, actually. But we have a few more ahead, right? So a few more, like NVIDIA, AMD. I have one more.
All right, well, here's your stock to watch for tomorrow, and it's Disney.
Close that out
now, the company's latest film from Marvel, Thor: Love and Thunder, hits theaters today.
What's happening here? Oh, they're trying to get ahead on things. This is the one that I thought I was trying to watch. It's not it. Oh, it's this one. This is the one I want to watch. Sorry, my bad, y'all. There was two videos. Sorry. This is the other one. And I gotta click play for it to go, no? Alright.
And now, time for our chart of the day. Chip stocks are jumping today after Samsung reported better than expected revenue. Looking at the Wi-Fi Interactive here, many of these names are having their best day in weeks, including the Philly Semiconductor Index itself. And let's just plot what's going on here. So this is a one-day view. Nice to see all this green, not one red name in our basket here. This is what's happened over the last month. A lot of dark red on the screen. And I've been comparing this to what's been happening in software. Now, semiconductors are much more levered and cyclical, levered to the economy because they are cyclical. Software, if it's SaaS, if it's software as a service, they're going to have more stable revenues. Now, today in software, let's check out what's happening. A lot of green here too, but AMD and NVIDIA, if you take a look at their drawdowns, and ASML as well, most of the charts are going to look like this. So this is the cyclicality that we're talking about. Have we found a bottom just yet? Probably not, but as I said, nice to see some green on the screen. And coming up...
Yeah, Jared, it feels like in many ways this is kind of relief too, right? Coming on the back of commentary we've gotten from companies like a Micron or an AMD about softening demand on chips. I mean, that was, there seems to be concern about with inflation peaking and some weakening consumer demand on some of these products, that chip demand may not be at where it has been over the last several years. And here comes Samsung saying 20% jump in revenue.
Yeah, nice to see there. I can't argue it. It's nice to get some news, good news in the space here, Akiko.
We want to.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah, Microsoft doesn't make a chip. Yeah, I thought they buy the chips though. Is that not right? I thought they buy chips. My bad. Maybe I'm confused. Or Heidi might need to explain that for me. What are they saying about softening demand on chips? Yeah, I just wanted to share that because, like I said, our whole EV sector's basically, been, just using this as an excuse. I don't know if that's right word to say. They've been talking about shortage of semiconductors and stuff. So maybe if there's like less demand, then they can actually pick up some of that demand that they need. And also like basically Neo and we've kind of talked about this. Samsung makes chips, Micron's more a memory maker. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, for some reason they mentioned those in there, so I included those. But I was gonna say NIO, and we've talked about these deliveries, and since Polestar is kind of associated with Chinese and stuff, and just really the Chinese economy, because Polestar is in the China market, is that right? And so like this is showing them that they have a lot of demand. Let me make sure I zoom in so you guys can read this. But where's it at? Li Auto has outperformed Ryzen 17%. We've kind of talked about all that, but there's a few things that are really have some tailwinds that's making China like a good market, and I'm sure that China has Polestar in there, right? Is that right? Improved from here for several reasons. The overall EV demand and favorable regulation in China remains a big tailwind for China. So China was doing some certain of like incentives, and like I don't exactly remember the numbers or the things that they were doing, but I think if you bought like an electric vehicle, you would get a certain reimbursement or a credit. And then they were also doing, I think just in general, for if it was an EV, you were getting like a certain amount of credit, and if it was just a new vehicle, I think you were getting a credit too. And so there's like just little things like that that are making NIO and just EV demand, there be optimism there. And so and then they're talking about new energy vehicle shipments in China exceeded 2 million units. And so Polestar ships out a whole bunch of stuff out of China. So there's definitely a lot of vehicles coming out of there. And then I guess the only downside is that they were talking about potentially going back down into lockdown. I don't really see that happening. I thought it was going to happen, but we'll just kind of wait and see. Definitely that's why some of the stocks have been coming down a bit for China. But yeah, so like I was saying, just I wanted to share the semiconductor stuff because maybe if there's like less demand and there's more supply, then it won't hurt the shortage here on our sector, right? Also, I guess there's also signs of easing. That's what they're basically talking, and just seeing like some of those numbers come out, I guess for Samsung was optimism. It could also help Chinese vehicles ramp up production. So ramping up production, this is actually a very key point, and I want to talk about this really cool article that I ran into. Is searching for the next Tesla pointless? The reason I want to talk about this is because people have been trying to find the next Microsoft. They've been trying to find the next Tesla and stuff. And so people that really own these companies have become like pretty wealthy, right? So people are there. That's one of their goals that they want to do. Anyway, yeah, people are searching for the next Tesla. Sorry, I was looking at my other screen. There's people think that some of the legacy automakers are going to be the winners and stuff. And then you have basically three different categories, and I want to really just go into these because it kind of gives us some metrics of what each one is doing, and I want to hear your thoughts and know which ones you guys think is actually going to be here in a couple of years, and which one can actually like give you generational wealth, you know. Scaling is, so this is really interesting points I highlighted. Scaling is about selling cars, not talking about how many you can manufacture. So I'm not pointing fingers at any other automaker and stuff, but you guys know Polestar is actually delivering a lot of vehicles, selling a lot of vehicles. They're about it, you know what I'm saying? Seems unlikely that any team with a dream. This is kind of on the point of talking about raising more money because it's an expensive business basically. And even Elon himself was talking about, and I might need to zoom in because for some reason it shows that, I'm sorry, I'm trying to set this up for you guys. Cast 150, 175. I think that's better actually. Yeah, this is perfect. Sorry for the quick adjustment, but I just want to make sure you guys can see things clearly. EV companies, yes. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Anyway, oh man, I lost my train of thought. I was doing good. There's a big difference in scaling. There's people talking and then people actually delivering, right? And then it's going to be an expensive business, right? So even, like I said, Elon was talking about the B word, which is bankruptcy for, was it Lucid and Rivian, right? Obviously, people talk about Lucid and not going bankrupt because of Saudi Arabia. We'll see how that works out. Rivian has a bunch of cash in their wallet. Let's just really see how things start scaling, and that's like 1,000 vehicles or more in 1 year. But a lot of it's promises right now. Hey, for real though, a lot of EV companies will go bankrupt like Canoe. Yes, I think so too. Or they could either become buyouts. I think they could become buyouts. But yeah, this is just a really nice breakdown of like EV SPACs, IPOs, and things like just back then, and really why Lucid Group got so popular was because back then there was like no EV companies. There was Tesla, then there was the Workhorse, Hyliion, and Nikola. That was it. But Nikola, Hyliion, and Workhorse were not competitors to Tesla. Tesla was the only electric vehicle competitor for real, right? Like on their own thing. And so once Lucid came out, that was like the one direct competitor to Tesla, because Nikola doesn't have, they had a Badger supposedly or whatever, but most of their stuff, it was a semiconductor or semi-truck, I'm sorry. And Workhorse, and then they're doing the UPS, just a little hype there. But there was no real competitor for Tesla until Lucid came out. That's why I think Lucid got so much popularity, besides it having Saudi Arabia, besides having like ex-Tesla employees. That's why there's such a big following for Lucid, and Polestar unfortunately doesn't have that, right? So I guess that's the downside. Rivian's just always been kind of in quotation a unicorn, but they have a lot to prove still. And actually, I've seen a lot of people post their cars, whether it's like in New York or whatever, and people saying it's a beautiful truck and stuff. So this one's, it's a neat truck, but we'll just kind of see if they can actually start like doing bigger numbers. But let's go ahead and start with Lucid. So currently like at $18.22. I think it closed actually at 19. By the way, I got some puts on this, hoping for some pullback tomorrow, later in the week. And we'll go through some of the charts too if you guys want me to. Just let me know in the comments. And Workhorse, of all the small ones, will definitely, yeah. So yeah, I think a lot of those will be, I think Fisker might be one too, but we'll kind of see. Claims to be on track to sell at least 12,000 by the end of this year. So I don't know exactly, is this for just 1 year, for like, or is that overall cumulative? So, but they have $5.3 billion in cash. Rivian has a whole bunch of cash, and they have almost $17 billion. They've only done 4,000 in this past quarter, 4,004, and expects to meet the goal of 25 in 2025, or yeah, 2022, I'm sorry, 25K in 2022. All right, so all these numbers that people are presenting, these are, like he said up here, dreams or promises, right? But Polestar, they've already matched that that milestone. Like last year, they did what, 36,000? Was it 36,000? So I guess this is just like really a morale booster for you guys. I think my options might be fried already, like they're gonna go worthless. I have a month for them, but I think I don't want people to forget that this is actually a pretty good contender to be a good investment in the long term, right? So I think at the beginning I started kind of preaching this as an investment. Then I started getting some options to do some trades. The first two I got lucky, and then now I'm getting, the market's taking their money back. So but I still have shares, so I still think the company's great. And they do say when things are really quiet, maybe the storms brew and things are starting to get, I think when people lose morale and people start walking away, that's when they let that whole rip. So, I'm not going to give up on Polestar. I think it's still, obviously everything is overvalued, but if everything's going to be overvalued, might as well play Polestar for a little bit, trying to get some money. And by the way, like I'm still trying to do the squeeze with it. And then after that, probably get rid of most of my position, and then we'll kind of reassess things, right? But I still think in the long term, it'll be a very good prospect for my portfolio. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a good way to put it. But anyway, what I was going to say about Polestar is they've already met these milestones like long ago, and these are promises, by the way, right? They've only done 4,000. Imagine them trying to do 25,000. They've got like what, another half a year. So let's just say they've got about 20K left. Well, actually, they probably have like another 15K to do in the rest of the 2 quarters. So it might be doable. But we'll have to wait and see for that. And then this is what's actually really frustrating to me, is that Lucid is trading at like a 30 billion market cap, and it doesn't even have 12,000 vehicles on the road. We did that last year. Polestar 2, Polestar's trying to do like double what they did almost, last year. So now they're trying to do 50,000 this year, which was cut back because of the supply chain. So I think this is actually very doable. Especially, we talked about some of the deliveries last time. I don't have the link for it, but we spent some time talking about the deliveries last time. So if you guys want to go look at that last video or that last live stream, and then we have the rest of these clowns down here. Fisker, I don't know where I see this going, honestly. I think we'll probably go bankrupt. Nikola, they've done deliveries actually, surprisingly, but I think it just has a bad taste in the mouth in a lot of investors. So this is one I probably wouldn't invest in. So Faraday, I think will probably end up going bankrupt. This is the one that I was talking about last time where it did a short squeeze because of the short interest, and we talked about that. But I think the owner, the founder, was like doing some shady stuff back the first time. And so, yeah, I would stay away from this one too. I love Polestar trying to own lots of shares for the long term. I need a good dip. Yes. Honestly, that $8 dip was pretty good to run it up. So that's one thing. Like, I think Proterra, I love Proterra, by the way. I think that's going to be a good one. But I think that's what's really misleading. Like, the stock itself is up, like from like $8.70, it's up to $9.60. So if you're buying options, then that's the only thing that's really hurting us. Like, I'm getting pretty much screwed with my options, just because it's a slow move up. The IV's already high, so but the shares, like, they're gaining value. So it's it's bittersweet, I guess. I just wish we would get and like I said, let me just go back up. Can I go to finance here? I was gonna look at Polestar again really quick. I'm just gonna go back and show you guys. So yeah, we're up. I mean, like, overall we're up, but we just need more volume to start coming in, and that range is, like I said, is starting to get closer. Like, what's 37 cents now? Last time it was 60 cents. Way before that was like 80 cents. So it's really getting closer. Volume is still kind of consistent, which is not great, but if we can start seeing an increase, like at least I think it was 4,000, 5,000, then I think things could start getting more optimistic for us. So that was really all I wanted to share with you guys on this. There's a few other ones, but I don't really care about them. This is trash. Ride is trash. These are semi trucks. The XL Fleet, Workhorse are, yeah, these are all pretty much, I don't really care. This is the only other one that I have interest in, Proterra. But you guys would, we'll save that for a different video or whatever it is. They have a really good business model though. They're doing chargers, batteries, and powertrains. Big buses, like transportation buses. But if you guys want this article, I'll post it on the video or something. But that's it for that. Now let's talk about Polestar. Let's take a look at the chart. Let's just take a look at the short interest first. Actually, I pulled this up. So today, let me refresh this real quick, make sure I have the latest data for you guys. Yeah, we're in Fintel here. I like to use iBorrow, but I think this one's been showing pretty good information. So last update was 2 hours ago, 55,000 shares, which is not a lot of shares, but compared to like the volume, that's about, is that like, how much of that? It's not a lot of shares, honestly. But this is what's crazy. It's our short borrow fee rate still the same. We had low of 212 and then max was 242, but yeah, pretty much in the same range as yesterday. So nothing too crazy. The short volume ratio is still about the same. About half of the volume is coming in as short volume. So slowly still selling shares. I think that's what's going on. Hopefully someday Polestar is my heaviest position. Yeah, me too. So I don't know, are you guys gonna sell all your shares on like a rip? If we get a rip, let's move over to the chart actually. Are you guys gonna sell all your shares going into the rip? Like, let's say we go back up to $13, $15. Will you guys sell all your shares, or just trying to get an idea of how people are feeling now? And then we'll talk a little bit at the chart. So this doesn't look right, but if you go to the 15-minute, it does look like we're still in this channel basically. For some reason, TradingView doesn't update the lines. So it looks like we're still in this chart, basically, right? I'm not very good at this, but it's still in the chart in this channel, basically, going up ahead. And it's hard drawing with the mouse also, but I'm going to sell all around 14 or 15. Yeah. Hopefully we can get to 14 or 15. I'll probably end up selling most of my stuff too, honestly, just because I want more cash for any potential dip and stuff. And, you know, the only thing that's going to suck is if it ends up staying at 20 or something and it doesn't come down. but I think with the market and stuff, they'll probably kind of pull back because there's a lot of stocks that are overvalued, and like the more I think about it, Polestar is actually going to be overvalued like at $15, $18, and if everything does come crashing down, these are definitely going to get smacked because right now it's going to have like a 20 billion market cap, and it's only bringing in like $1.6 billion in revenue. That's what it did last year, I think. What is it doing this year? I forgot. I'll search for this in a different Polestar investor presentation. I forgot what they're presenting this year, what they're making this year, which is actually going to be less because they cut their revenue guidance. Just control and find. I'm gonna find something real quick. So they cut their. Is this the one for May updated, or is it not the one for May? Let me quickly find it. I'm just curious to see what their their revenue is for this year. 2022 3.2. Is that with the adjusted? No, this is still outdated. So they're gonna make less than $3.2 billion in revenue. So that's gonna be pretty much like trading what, like, let's say they do like 2 billion and they're gonna be trading at what? Won't sell those 500 holding for 5 yeets at least. Oh, years. I think he said I'm planning on holding at least 500 shares. I'll be buying extra to sell at 12 or 13. Okay, so you guys still believe in the short squeeze too then, right? Let me look up the Polestar investor. June? Is it June or May? There's like a new one that came out. Might be this one. No, it's not this one. This one came out last year. Do you guys plan on holding for it might be May. Just trying to find the investor present. I might just have to go here actually. Just see if we can find it. Everybody still believes in the squeeze, right? I believe in the squeeze. I think it's gonna happen. It happened with Fifi. It just took a little longer, but where's the investor presentations? I just wanted to find their revenue, but I might not be able to find it. And I'm getting diverged. I'm trying to keep these presentations short because a lot of people don't like watching these long ass videos. They just go. You guys know the deal with the revenue and stuff. They shipped it down, and that's all good. It's all good, Eddie. I know it. Are you not driving? Are you not working today? I know you're usually driving the UPS truck. You say you got this tuned in the background sometimes. So I think as long as we stay in this channel, I think we're kind of bullish. This is on the 15-minute, and what I want to point out is on the 1 hour, we're still technically bearish, but we still have a little bit of ways to go. Like $10, I think, is gonna be our resistance. That's where our 200 moving averages, our EMA is. But I did notice today that we basically crossed the midpoint. Was that today or yesterday? Maybe it was yesterday. I didn't stream yesterday, so I didn't do any charts for this. But yeah, I'm working. Hey, you gotta make that bread, man. I already did my time, so I'm chilling right now. But what I was going to show you guys here is it came down, it kind of bounced off, and it's still hovering above it. And now Lita, I hope Lita's in here because he likes to talk about the MACD, I think. But in the 4 hour, this is the one he likes. It's starting to look bullish. Like the MACD is starting to look bullish. I'm going to spread this open. Yeah, so the signal crossed finally, and we've been talking about the volume going up like this. We're basically across the midpoint, and now it's starting to increase. So, stock price related, it's doing good. Options related, we're getting. You already know what's going on there, but it doesn't look bad. I wouldn't say. I don't use the 4 hour too much, but it's basically a good time frame to look at stuff. But I like what's going on with the stock price. I just don't like what's happening with my option position, unfortunately. But it's going to be a learning lesson for sure. Just don't buy high IV contracts or try to stay. It's hard to stay away from FOMO and stuff. Let me zoom in here. Obviously, we have a channel here, but let's go ahead and chart some stuff up here. And actually, I have that's basically our downtrend resistance that we have. Let me see if I can just get the trends for the people. This is on the 15-minute. Let's go to a 1 hour. there's no trends on this. Usually I use this indicator, the trends, and it basically gives me the trends on stuff, but doesn't really have any trends. Let's look at a smaller time frame. Maybe I'll have some good trends. Yeah, this one looks about the same as what I got. This is the trend there. And yeah, that's it. Basically all the trends. All the other ones are past, and these others don't really make sense. So yeah, we just have that one trend. If we can get above this trend, I think that's basically the one that I've picked up on, and it's the one that they picked up on. Obviously, stay above 950 is important, but really, honestly, if you kind of stretch this out a bit, it looks like it's consolidating, right? Like this. So it might, get rejected here again, come back down, and then finally break out. This is on a 15-minute chart, so this could be done, by tomorrow, honestly. So that's just what I see there. I also want to show you guys the options flow. Dan, one of the homies in the Discord, I don't know if you guys are in the Discord, he posted some orders. I'm going to go ahead and share that with you guys. I think he shared this, and actually I can probably just pull this up. There's a nice print for PSNY size 25 or 250,000 I guess contracts. It's $2.3 billion. Time was 15:04. I don't know what that is. 3 o'clock basically my time. $9.55. So it looks like these are actually shares. They're buying shares. Maybe I can pull that up on Twitter. And then he's got this timestamp here. So this only says 2,500 though. So that was the only thing that was confusing for me. And yeah, you guys can check out the Discord. It's free. It's down below. I want to show you guys. Oh shoot, I got that. Where's the? Oh, here it is. Polestar. Let me post that up. PSNY and historical data. Oh, I don't think I need this historical data. 1 second. Okay, I do need. Maybe I can Google search the guide. Trade with alerts. Let me go to Twitter real quick. Trade with alerts. I was gonna look up that data that he posted. See if we can find it really quick. Posted a screenshot. Was this today though? When was this? This was trade with alerts, retweeted. Might need to. Oh, it's by ticker. I don't know when it came out. Let me find it real quick. Dave. It doesn't have any other data, I guess. It just has join me, runners. Alright, maybe it's a dead end here. I was gonna try to find it, but let's see if I can find it. If not, yeah, there's nothing there. Okay, we can't do nothing with that. So what I wanted to show you guys was options, and you can check this out on Unusual Whales. I already have my link down below. If you guys want to sign up, you can support the channel, and it'll also give you a discount if you guys are interested. I'll post a link down here. You guys can look it up in the description or in the comments or something. Unusual Whales. You guys can check it out if you're interested. What I saw today though, I saw some big orders for these options. $10 calls. There's about 3,500 in volume. These are the ones that have a lot of the open interest. It's 19K. Maybe I need to zoom in for you guys so you guys can see better. 19K open interest. The other ones that have big interest are I think these are going to probably expire worthless. They're like 4 or 5 cents. But there's like a lot of volume coming in for those. I think what it is they're probably just closing these out. I think the $10 ones though, I still think they have a chance to close in the money. What's that, 1 more week? Yeah. And what we'll actually do is we'll actually expand here. Let's look at the 12s. These are the 12s. The chain, well, all we're going to do is kind of do $5,000, see what's coming in. Okay, so not enough. We'll do size then. Let's do like 20. Hey, bro, just jumped online. How's it? I'm doing pretty good, man. How's it going with you guys? Appreciate you joining, Shane. And actually, look, so there are actually people still buying these. It's not a lot of money though. It's like 3,000, 1,000, 1,000. So for the most part, actually, people are still buying these contracts. Now the spread is pretty tight, but People are buying it at the ask also. And anyone know when Polestar will announce delivery numbers for Polestar for the Q2? No, did we talked about, I think that guy, the EV Spacs Twitter guy, I think he mentioned it could be soon though. Honestly, I don't remember. Let me see if I can find that link for I think the homie Dan posted it on the I think he posted it. Oh no, Greg posted it. He posted this and he posted the EV SPAC status. I don't know the date, but we can look for it real quick. Sorry if I got distracted. US numbers, where was it? He talked about it. This does not include markets of Australia, South Korea, Middle East. So cumulative registrations year to date, 16,000. So that's what they have so far. This was on July 5th. Where was the cumulative sales? We talked about this last time. I'm sorry. We are now in Q3. Total 2,300. Where was here it is. Maybe there would be a loan. Honestly, I don't know, and I'm on the spot right now. You guys got me on the spot, so I like to look at DD on my own free time. But I'm not actually sure, man. I don't have that data like handy on me right now. But I can post this on the. I don't know where to post it. I'll post this on Discord. Okay, I'll post it on there. You guys can dig through here, or I can post it on the chat too. Fuck it. I'm gonna post it on the chat. 1 second, y'all. Oh wait, I think I can just copy share. Yeah. I'll post it there. You guys, if you find anything on there, just let me know. What I was gonna show you guys though is I'm going back to the $12.50, 715s. So a lot of that volume is actually bullish. I thought it was going to be bearish, but it's actually bullish for today. And you can see at the beginning of the day, 851 around, a lot of people started buying. It's not a lot of money, 1K, 3K, like I said. But the spread is 8, 9 cents, 5 cents, 10 cents. Everything's on the ask. So that's actually good to see. So I don't know. There still could be a possibility these stay in the money. I don't think they'll be worth what they were worth back then, though. You know, obviously a lot of people pay like $1 for these. Now they're like at 10 cents. I don't think they'll go back up to $1. So unfortunately, we'll probably take our loss. But the options will probably close in the money. Maybe they could close like at 30 cents, 40 cents. And that'll be like a good percent gain for the people that are getting in now, right? I don't know if that's going to happen, but it looks like there's still a lot of bullish flow coming in. So for the most part, the stock wasn't up much, right? We were up like what, 12 or 30 cents. What was it that we were up? But the overall call volume, the call premium, and the bullish premium is like way outbidding everything on the downside. So that's good to see. I think the $10 ones are definitely interesting. We're gonna click those real quick. And you guys can definitely spend more time on this and do your own due diligence and look at this on your time. Just kind of going through quickly. So I put size range here just to see the bigger orders. There's a 25K size for the $10 calls. This is actually a spread though. Let me see. This is bullish. It's $83K that came in. So that's actually really nice. Like I said, $10 is actually something that's doable for the options. It's like a week ahead. Now, if they're doing the $10 calls and they're paying about 33 cents, they would probably, to break even, it would be $10.33. They would be anticipating a little bit more than $10.33. What's up, Juan? Hey, Juan Sanchez. I know a guy named Juan Sanchez. I was gonna say Honcho Jack, but that's something else. Would be a good time to buy some calls on this. I think so too. Let me check the IV for you guys, because that's something that really threw me off. I'm gonna check the IV for you guys. I like to go here, Market Chameleon. I'm not sponsored or anything, but you guys can go here to Market Chameleon and get an idea of the IV historically. And yes, the IV has been coming down. So like when I started buying contracts, what was it like last week? IV was like 130. It shot down. I instantly lost tons of value on my contracts. And now it's like at a 109. So it is a good time to start getting contracts. Historically, it's lowest point right now. I did add a few. I told myself I wasn't going to get no more, but you know how a DGen is. You know, I got a check this week, so I was like, fuck it. I might add a little bit more. And I had gains on my NVIDIA calls, so you know how it goes. Like Drake says, you know how that shit goes? I've actually been listening to a lot of Drake, man. It gets you on the feels, you know? It's good stuff. What's your favorite Drake song, y'all? If you guys listen to Drake, let me know your favorite song. I might play it later. It's sad sometimes, you know. A long night drives home. Let me go back to the flow. Let me stay focused though. The $10 calls. This is actually a very interesting one. I'm gonna hard it just to kind of keep an eye out on it. So right now the current open interest is 19,000, and it hasn't really had much volume. Like it had like 750, 1,000. By the way, you guys can check this stuff out on your own. I'm sponsored, not sponsored, I'm partnered. That's different. Sponsored and partnership is different, but I'm a partner with Unusual Wells. So if you guys want to use this stuff, definitely use my link. But what I was going to show you guys is there's a huge increase in volume, like 750 just like a few days ago, and then over the weekend, like since now, I guess since it could have been like people were waiting for the IV to come down, which makes sense, but somebody like me that didn't look at the IV, just randomly lost a whole bunch of premium value. But people are now starting to, I guess, get back into options. So yeah, good idea, Juan. Anyway, 3,500 in volume. So that should, if most of that contract stayed open, that would be around 22K. So that'll be something I watch tomorrow. And I always post stuff on Twitter and stuff, so follow me on Twitter. Self-plug there, just plugging myself in real quick. But I post tons of things in there, and yeah, hopefully you guys can find value from that. What I was going to say, though, the $10 for next week are starting to look interesting. This is all the big orders, like 25 or more that came in. This is the big one that I noticed. And then everything else, for the most part, is still bullish, too. This one actually got, you know, everything's near the ask. So I was going to say there's a few. Like this one, the spread is 37 to 40, but it got filled at 38. It could still be a bullish order, even though it's near. I'm just going to not include that. This is a bearish order, but it's kind of in the air. When it gets filled near the middle, when it gets filled near the middle, it's hard to indicate if it's actually bearish or bullish. There's a YouTube video I made. Go check it out. It's on my channel, and I explain it a lot better. But yeah, the spreads are, everything's being bought near the ask for the most part. This one got filled near the middle, but I would assume that it's bullish too. And this one obviously is a bearish order because the spread was 24 and 45, and it obviously got filled near at the bid basically. But this one's in the middle though, so this one can go both ways. It can go either bearish or bullish indication, or flagged as bullish. So that's the 10. This is interesting. We saw the 83K. I'm gonna close that out. The 12s. Let me see if I can, you know, size this up a little bit. Let's see what we got here. Hundreds. Oh, look at this. A lot of buying of the 1250s, a lot of buying. The sizes are, I mean, it's still a lot, super small money, right? But they're getting a lot of contracts. So a lot of contracts. It's not that much because they're only worth like 4 or 5 cents, like $5. A lot of people are willing to risk their money on these, I guess is what it looks like. So that's the 1250s. I'm actually more interested in those 10s, but like I said, I have, what do I have? I have the 819. I have these. I'm in here sitting with the rest of the people. These are the ones I got. So, and I got these just because I want to get time on mine. But these are the biggest ones, the most active chains from highest volume down to mine aren't really getting much love. I actually bought a few more today, like I said. But a lot of people are actually looking for a move in the next 2 weeks. In the next week, actually, because this week's almost over. And still a lot of people are willing to gamble some money to... it's just, like I said, it just sucks for those people that, you know, got in ahead, bought in when the IV was high. I was in there with you guys. I'm in there with you guys. So that's it. That's it. Even like, so this is what's really neat too, though. Even like the bearish puts, like the 750 puts for next week, the $10 puts for next week, they're bullish. So all of this is bullish, 98%, 86%. So it could be that they initially sold all these puts, or it could be that they're closing their puts, right? So we'll just kind of see. Either way, it's bullish, and we're gonna go to the full chain breakdown next week. It's got the most volume, 13K in volume. The only other one that has volume is my timeline, the A19 1.1K. I don't think there would be much volume in those. That's like, there's no volume there actually, but yeah. What was I talking about? 750s and 10s? Yeah, so there's 6,000 in volume, and most of everything is bullish there. So it looks like you know, is looking good. And then these are bullish too. So that's good. These are bullish. These are hella bullish. This is the big one. Like next week, if it closes above 10, then things can start getting interesting going into the 722. I think there's a lot of calls there. So each call is 100 shares, you know? So big week next week. So who said that earlier? Oh, the homie for Hot Tea said next week is a big one. Am I right? So yeah. But yeah, you can basically spend hours in here, man. Let's look at the flow levels. We can look at the flow history, actually. I like the flow history. The COPE. Let's look at the COPE. COPE is basically staying the same. Had a huge pop, but it came right back down. Finally coming back up, though. So when it came back up, it, you know, it did have a nice little price rise. So we'll see how this updates tomorrow. But ever since the COPE started coming back down, it's just been coming down. So maybe this is like the bottom of it. Maybe, hopefully, I don't know. We'll see, we'll see. This is something I do want to show you guys, though, is this is the thing that gives me hope. So these past few days, this is 7.7, 7.6, and so on. There's been a lot of call volume, lots, like more leanish. Out of 100%, 76% call volume, 89% call volume. So definitely leaning to the bullish side. I guess, you know, all week actually down to 624, 80%. And just look at the difference in the calls and the put volume here. Like, that's what this percentage is for, right? So 14K in call volume versus 4,000, 13 versus almost, I mean, 1.5, 12 versus, like, you know. And then bullish, everything's been pretty much, you know, more bullish. 63%, 74%, 50%, kind of down the middle, 56%. 52%. So these kind of been in the middle, kind of, you know, people just now starting to get into it, right? So I guess my point is, like, let's go a week back, 55%, 40%. So pretty much down the middle. And then, you know, 21%. So all the way down the middle. But now we're getting into 74%, 63%. So I'll be interested to see what the bullish premium is for tomorrow. If it stays above 63%, then, you know, things are starting to, you know, pick up, I think, right? So I just wanted to point that out. I saw this earlier, thought I'd share it with you guys. I think that's everything. We can go to open interest stuff. Let's see what we see. I actually haven't dug through here, so I don't know. Highest open decreased, the 1250s for next week. So these actually decreased. So yesterday they had 8,000, and today they had 17. It's not a big percent. It's only about 6% of the entire. There's still tons of open interest there. So we'll just have to follow up on these tomorrow. And like I said, the 1250s, those are going to be hard to get in the money, especially to make profit. They're like 4 or 5 cents, so they would need to close at 1254 or 1255 or something just to break even. And that would be what? 1250 out of like minus, what would it close at? 960? Shit, 69. So $2 divided by 960. That'd be a 30% move, which is possible because short squeeze, you know. But it's a long stretch for those. But the 10s I think are very, very possible, and that's where they're at. Even the 1050s might have possibility. They have the highest open interest. The highest open interest are the 11s, and well, these are pretty high open interest too. These have the most highest open interest. You can see previously they only had 447. Now today they have 2,000. That's a big jump. So about 1,800 contracts got open or got carried over. But yeah, I think that's it. Percentage increase. I don't really care about percentage because it could be like 1 to 4. See, like 1 to 6, and it looks huge, but it can be deceiving. So I like these because these show numbers. I like this side, shows numbers. The percentage is cool and all. It looks good in, you know, paper, but it could be misleading. So I don't really care about that side. There's one other thing I want to show you guys. I don't understand the max pain thing, but we can definitely look at it. Max pain is like at 950. So this is where the most of the people will lose money. Like bulls will lose the most money and bears will lose the most money. So around 950, if it closes around this price range, it'll be the max pain for both bulls and bears. And let me just Google that, make sure. What does max pain mean? but I'm pretty sure that's what it means. Max pain, or the max pain price, is a strike where with the most open contract puts and calls, and the price at which the stock would cause financial losses for the largest number of option holders at expiration. So basically what they're saying is it looks like the most contracts are around $9, around this area here. And so that's probably this week. Let me just look. This week, around here. So there's not that many contracts here. Let me see. Open interest. Oh, it's because these will expire worthless, and then down the side, these will expire worthless. Right? So these would expire worthless, and then these would expire worthless, so that's why they want to close it around this price. So it could mean that we're closing it around that time frame. Anyway, I think that's all I have. Does anybody have any questions? Hey, bro, have a good night. It's 1:26 right now. I'm going to sleep. Hey, man, I appreciate you showing up. Don't buy before CPI data, buy after Wednesday. Hey, that's actually a good idea. The only thing, I think Polestar is definitely going to be on its own market. I think it's like once things start getting serious about above $10, it might start moving on its own. But we'll just kind of see how that plays out. That's why I'm not scared to hold my Polestar, because I think we need that squeeze before it comes back down to earth and starts trading at valuations. And I don't even want to talk about valuations because Lucid is at 30 billion. Like I said, they're making 60 million. Doesn't make any sense. Let's look at Lucid. Honestly, I'm bearish on Lucid right now. I bought some calls. I made some money on it. And now I'm buying puts to the downside. Basically, this is an ascending triangle, which is a bullish pattern. It looks like a bullish pattern, but I think it still has some legs to go before it comes. It's going to come back down, I think, to this ascending wedge, come back up, and then we'll see how it reacts there. Maybe one more, and then basically break out. Because it does have some room to go. It's got like up to 25. Yes, you're right. If we go up, even CPI can't stop it. Perfect. Yes. I think CPI will definitely affect a lot of other stocks. But this Polestar, I'm really like right now, I'm focused on the short squeeze. I'm focused on playing it as a short squeeze. Both my shares and my options. The shares, you know, they hold value regardless, and then the options, I'm kind of bag holding, so it is what it is, you know, but I think that I still have time. And yeah, man, I appreciate you hanging out with me for real. If you guys have any other tickers, let me know. I'll probably end up shutting down the stream unless you guys are trying to figure out other stocks. Follow me on Twitter. I post a lot of these charts like Neo. We basically called it out right here. I said it was coming down, and it did perfectly that. It does look kind of bullish now because it's above this range up here. And China, you know, they keep pumping their stimmies and stuff, so kind of bullish. I appreciate you, Fahid. Have a good night, man. Thank you for streaming. Eddie. That's Eddie. No problem, man. Yeah, if you guys don't have any other questions, I guess I'll wrap it up. But there's a few other stocks. Oh, Tesla. Let's take a look at Tesla real quick. Tesla looks kind of bearish now, I would say. What do you guys think? Let's take a look here. So this is what I marked out earlier. It's like in another wedge. I think wedges are my favorite. Wedges and head and shoulders patterns are the ones I kind of pick out pretty fast. But it looks like this. So maybe a retest of like 670 something. Excuse me. That's what this looks like. We'll see how that plays out. But I think the overall EV sector has just been getting beat down and stuff. Today was basically a relief bounce. What do you think of IPOF? I can pull that up for you. IPOF. Oh, is this the stock? Do they not have any mergers? I think it's safe money. Like, it's easy money. I know it's kind of boring. It might be dead, what you're saying, but as long as they don't until they I know this is like the unicorn talk and people talking about the floor and stuff, but yeah, they're basically going to trade the. I think this one can only really go up. I think, right, on news it could go up, or it could go sideways. And I don't think you can really lose money once it goes to the merger or whatever. Then it could get serious. You know, it could come back down to 8 or 7 or whatever, or under 9, like low 9s or something. Just basically what happened to Polestar. You know, remember how Polestar came down and then went back up? But until then, I don't have any news for it, so I don't really can't help you. But it's gonna be dead. Yeah, It's not dead. It's just no volume and there's no news. But I think it can do that. It can do that thing where it goes up. You know, that thing. It can do that thing. So, I mean, it had it before. Honestly, I'm not in SPACs anymore. The SPAC king is gone. I'm not the SPAC king, but what do you think about Workhorse? Yeah, so before I go into Workhorse, I think IPO F, like I said, you're chilling. It's safe money because, you know, in quotations, I don't want to say it floor is the $10 because it can definitely come underneath, but it's pretty much dead money right now. Like, you can just hold your money there, expect to pop and sell, and then get out. Because it'll just basically do this until there's actually a merger. And if it's a good merger, which I think this is actually a good merger, I think people were talking about SpaceX or something. I think if I was to do any SPACs, this would be definitely the SPAC that I want. And then there's another one that I like. I think it starts with a D. Let me find it. It's I think it's this one right here. This is the only other SPAC that I like. DMYS. They usually do good SPACs. Those were the only two SPACs that I like. IPOF and DMYS. Those were the only SPACs that I would play. But yeah, dead money for now, unfortunately. What's up with Workhorse? Okay, let me do Workhorse. Let me clear this out really quick though. I like to clear my charts. Kind of picky about that. Sorry. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna clear you out like this, king. Let me look at Workhorse and see where we're at. So are you trading this as a day trade, or are you doing this as a what are you doing this one for? Well, obviously we got the top up here, 323. Honestly, as a business, I think it's gonna be a dead business, but I don't know. It doesn't have much volume, does it? Like 2 million below average volume. It'll probably isolate between this channel, don't you think? It'll probably come back up to these highs, 320, but that's only like what, 40 cents. As far, I'm not sure if you're asking as a long-term, Juan. Are you asking for a long-term investment plan? I'm not a financial advisor, but I mean, it came down this, bounced off, and then probably making an ascending triangle is what it looks like. I don't know. There's another resistance or support up here, but that's kind of small. I mean, I think it's going to crawl its way up to 320. 320, I think, would be the level. But as a long term, I don't, honestly, I'm not a big fan of it. I think they made like 5 or 6 trucks like in 1 quarter, which is like kind of embarrassing, but I don't know. I feel bad there's a lot of bag holders on this. There's tons of bag holders. Like lots of bag holders. Do this one. We could just put that bad boy there. What do you think? Yeah, I think it still looks good. I mean, to 320, but I don't think shorts are going to let it go back up above 320. Yeah. I don't think people are going to... Basically, a lot of people, and I think Farhidi mentioned it earlier, he said there's going to be a lot of companies that go bankrupt. I think this is going to be one that goes bankrupt. I think he said that too. So what shorts do, if they're pretty much certain that it's going to go bankrupt, then they just short it, and if it goes up, they short it again, and they just keep it down until eventually the business can't continue to operate, because the stock price is one thing, but the company on the other end is still operating. So once they run out of money, then it's going to affect their price. So they just got to basically hodl to the short side, basically, you know? So they just keep increasing their... It's basically when you... Yeah. I think you guys know what I'm trying to say. But, unfortunately, as a business, I think it's dead. And the chart, I think... It doesn't look bad, but I don't think it's going to get past 320 unless there's like a short squeeze, which can actually look that up really quick. Let me just pull that up real quick. And then I'll do EVFM, and then I think I'll call it, just so I don't make this stream too long, because I know people get mad at me. Let's just look at this really quick, see if there's like short interest. Ooh, what the hell? Workhorse. What's the fee? 2%. Yeah, there's no pressure on the shorts right now, honestly. And it's actually coming down. So I'm sorry if you're... I think you're looking for this as a swing, right, or something, as a trade. I think, yeah. And there's like short squeeze potential back then, but that was like last year. That was a different market. Let me do one more for Eddie, and then I think I'm going to wrap it up. Let me see, EVFM. I think I've heard of this one. What is this? EVO Biosciences. Ooh, are you back in penny stocks, Eddie? I mean, I'm just going to give you my idea. This is not financial advice. We're just gonna, throw some lines up here really quick. Where should we slap the lines at, man? I think the main one that points out is this one right here. It'll probably come back down to what, 120, and then maybe we'll see how it bounces. But it kind of looks like, I mean, it still kind of looks bullish. This is on the 15-minute, but it doesn't look bad. And honestly, this kind of looks like a cup and handle. So if it can hold this level, then it can probably go back up. You know what a cup and handle is? Even if it's not a cup and handle, it could be a double bottom, like a double bottom here. Not a double bottom, but you know what it is, that George W. And actually, it might be like this. So right there, and then it breaks out. So I think both case looks bullish, but I'm not an investor or a financial advisor. And actually, on the MACD, I just started using it. It looks like they're flipping bearish now. But I don't think that's the end of everything, because you can see it's just a small pullback. Like back here, it did a flip, came down, and then it went back up higher. So it did like a small pullback, went up higher. It could be a small pullback, then go back up higher. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think that's it. That's it. Definitely watch the high, right? Because it could be a double top as well. And we're going to slap on another resistance, see if we can add something else in there. Yeah, so I think this point right here might be where you're looking at like 120 and see how it reacts there. That's what I'm thinking. Polestar long-term hold. What's up? You see me 420? I know how to say your name now correctly. I used to not know how to say it. I get confused. Hey man, no problem. Thanks for the audio. Did you watch the entire thing? If you guys can help me, just hit the like button for me. I appreciate it. That's all I ask for. You guys can check out the links in my description if you guys want to support me. There's like just things that help you out and stuff, but definitely check out TradingView at least. Well, I don't have the TradingView link. It's on my Twitter though. If you guys want to use $30 on TradingView, that's the platform I trade stuff in. Just go to my Twitter and follow me there if you guys care. Oh look, I lost more followers. So I can finally say your name though, right? So yes sir. Yeah, these are my partners. Partner with TradingView and partner with Unusual Whales. And then we got the beautiful. Oh, so I didn't tell you guys earlier, but the reason I did this thumbnail was because I think there's a lot of morale lost, and there's a lot of morale. There's a lot of frustration. I'm frustrated as fuck, but it's really always gonna be dark before there's a happy ending, before the sunset and stuff, So once we get our day, I'm gonna flip this, and it's gonna be the other way around. The sunset's gonna be behind us. It's actually this image. I'm gonna go ahead and sneak peek it for you. It's plug it in. I put it on my Discord, but I don't think many people are on my Discord. My Discord link's down below if you guys want it. It's free. Yeah. So basically, this is us right now. We're ahead and looking forward to to ride into the sunset basically. And then later, I'm gonna use this one as a thumbnail. Once we get that squeeze, we're gonna beat the opposition. There's no, you know what I'm saying. Oh, there's I was gonna say there's more DD, but that's what I posted. Okay, I think that's gonna wrap it up, guys. I appreciate everybody that tuned in. Definitely check out the links in my Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. Show your boy some love. If you guys want to use that option stuff, I suggest you guys, not suggest, consider using my link if you want to support me and stuff. And if you guys have questions or whatever, shoot me a tweeter. Dude, I replied to everybody. Pretty chill. It is what it is. We were talking about some Lucid. I don't like Lucid. That's the only thing I talk shit on. And yeah, see my man here. I said another fantastical day. Am I right? Who made money? I spelled am I right wrong on purpose, guys. By the way, I'm not stupid. I'm an engineer. I went to school. I just like to troll on here. But my man made some money on SPX. Acknowledge it. Just don't take life too serious. And every day is another opportunity. Like I said, every day. And I told my man, one of the guys in here last time was talking about how God can take, or God can give you guys, and God can take. So, whenever you see green, always pull it out, And that's it. That's it. If God's on your side, who can really compete against you? So just stay positive. I still believe in the squeeze for Polestar. I'm taking the L on the options, but that's a fact. But I still believe in the fundamentals of the company. We got Volvo. That's the main thing that really keeps me optimistic, is just like Lucid has Saudi Arabia, we have Volvo. Volvo's been doing its thing for long as time. What else? this is not Polestar's first rodeo. This is going to be Polestar's, you know, they're on their second iteration. They're doing Polestar 2, on their way to Polestar 3. That's even going to be better. Autonomous, better EV market. Obviously, the SUV market's so much better. There's more money, and it's just, it is like the sweet spot is the American market, basically. Everybody in America wants to buy an SUV. Like, it's just, there's more room. You know, you can do all your, you can throw all your shit on it, or whatever it is. It's just a very good market for them. So, Polestar 2 was a great car, but Polestar 3 is going to be like the bread and butter, and then Polestar 5 is going to be even better. And with everything, like, the process is just a process, right? So they're just going to get better with their, you know, mistakes and stuff. They'll learn from them, hopefully. Management looks good. I think there'll be dilution at some point for more money, but it's not going to be as bad as some of the other EVs, because we already have infrastructure in place where we don't have to buy and get factories. We're actually working out of existing factories and stuff, so just different things. But I'm gonna shut up because basically talking too much. But yeah, big advocate. I think that's gonna wrap it up. I appreciate it. Let me shout out everybody who showed up. Juan showed up. Appreciate you. You see me 420. Yes, sir. Eddie, he was in here chilling for a bit. Farhiti, my boy Shane. Shout out to the homie Shane. He's always in here. He might be late, but he's, you know, better late than never. You know what I'm saying? And then Farhiti showed up again. Yes, sir. So that's it, guys. Appreciate everybody tuning in for a little bit. If you guys have any questions, put in the comments, Twitter, whatever it is. Thank you guys for doing everything for me, or everything you guys do for me. And it is what it is. We're going to get it. You guys have a great night. I'll see you guys in the next stream. I'm signing out. Peace. And keep moving forward. Peace. Yes, sir.